Hello baby girls and welcome back to a new video. Welcome to vlogmas day 4. Anyway, we're next to my little Christmas tree and right beside me I have all the books that I want to read this winter, this Christmas, just whenever it's cold and I'm feeling like I wish it was snowing outside. Yeah, I just have these books that I want to read. It's quite a lot actually, so let's get into it before I ramble about things that are not important. The first one is actually a series I want to start. So the first series that I want to start is The Girl in the Ice. I think that's what it's called. That's just what I've been calling it. This is the first book, The Girl in the Ice. And then this is book number 3 and this is number 6. But they are all on Kindle Unlimited, so if I really enjoy the first book, I think I might just immediately go on and read the second one on Kindle and then just see if I can find it. So we have The Girl in the Ice, Dark Water, and Deadly Secrets. So I don't know if these are all like very cold wintry themed, but obviously The Girl in the Ice, like it's gonna take place in like, I think it takes place in like February or something like that. And it's a detective inspector series and you guys know that I absolutely adore those. I love those with my entire being. I almost read this on Kindle and I almost ordered it on Amazon and actually found all of these in the same charity shop in the same find. Like they were just all there. So I haven't kind of been looking for the second, third, no, because it's third, so second, fourth, and fifth. But obviously, as I said, they're on Kindle Unlimited, and otherwise, worst case scenario, I'll just order them off Amazon. I assume the person who brought these to the charity shop had all of them. If I don't like the first one, then I'll probably just sell these, but I really hope I do because these do very much give what I love to read in the winter. Like I love detective stories. This is just my exact kind of read. Yeah, it says, her eyes are wide open, her lips parted as if to speak, her dead body frozen in the eyes, she is not the only one. And it takes place in London. Yeah, it's all the same detective and they're floppy. I think this is just gonna be a fun time and I really hope that this is really good because there's like, I think over 10 in the series. Editing Sophia put it in the screen how many there actually are. I just love having a series, especially with a detective series where I just know I can always get more and more. I got these in May and I've been keeping these until it's been colder outside. The sad thing is it doesn't really snow here anymore. Like it will snow like once in February and then last year it snowed in like, I don't know if it was last year or 2 years ago, but one time it literally snowed in like April. I don't think it's supposed to be doing that. But yeah, I'll just imagine. I mean, I always have my blinds down like this anyway, so it looks white outside. So it's snowing out. It's snowing. It's literally snowing, guys. It's snowing. Kind of on the same vibe, I have Chill Factor by Sanda Brown. Let me show you the cover up close. This is a mini paperback. Like I think these are called mass publishing paperbacks or something. Clearly, North Carolina is a sleepy mountain town, the kind of place where criminal activity is usually limited to parking violations. Until now, 4 women have disappeared in 2 years. A blue ribbon left near the spot where each was last seen. There are no other clues, and now another young woman has disappeared without a trace. Storm and waiting it out in a cabin. Mountain, blizzard, mysterious man. But my mom actually brought me this from Sweden, because they have like crazy good charity shops there for books, like crazy finds, let me tell you. She brought me back this, and I just think, I really hope it is what I think it's gonna serve. This might be on Kindle Unlimited, I'm not sure. Otherwise it might be on next door. I think it's on something. The Sanatorium by Sana Pierce. I think I've had this book for 2 years, if not more. This is one of the like oldest books in my physical TBR. And I actually was gonna sell this and get rid of it because I bought it thinking it looked very interesting and then I only really heard bad things. Kind of like a Agatha Christie, I think. Yeah, like one person is missing and then the access to the hotel gets cut off and then everyone's like stuck there until they find. It's like an Agatha Christie. It's basically a very simple Agatha Christie. They're in the Alps with a detective, engagement party, arriving in the midst of a threatening storm. Bae.
Huh?
Shouldn't read those back to back because I'm gonna get fucking pissed off. Oh, it gave me all the wintry thrills and chills. Yeah, I hope this is low-key okay. I know there's an audiobook in case I hate it so that I can just like audiobook it while I do other things. Not that I mean that when I'm audiobooking something I hate it. That's just kind of my way of when I can't get through a book. That's like my last spot where I check, and if the audiobook doesn't work, then girl, it's not gonna work for me, okay? I think this is very fun to read at night. I think this is like a readathon vibey, you know, like, I don't know, this is just screaming at night with a little fireplace. We have a fireplace downstairs, but not that I necessarily would sit downstairs. Maybe on the telly with some hot chocolate with the Christmas tree lights on. That sounds like a lovely evening to me. I'm happy that I have so many like wintry books because last year I had so few. I think I had like 3 and that was just like not the vibe. That was not the vibe. Little disclaimer, I obviously have a lot of like fantasy books as well that I do want to read during the colder times as well. Those are mainly my autumn TBR, but they're kind of like being moved over. Fantasy is just perfect for like the colder times, but it felt repetitive to like literally be like, here are all my fantasy books and I really want to read them, all of them right now. I've been slumping in the entirety of fall, so I really didn't read almost, I think I read like 3 of my fall TBR and I had like 20 plus. My autumn TBR is now my TBR of what I want to read soon, okay? And not that I think I'll finish all that for the end of the year. And then I don't know if this is actually a wintry book. It's just pretty white and light, and there was something on the back, but the breakdown by B.A. Paris. So if you guys have seen yesterday's video, you guys know I'm a big B.A. Paris girly, love her, but this just like kind of looked like cold and rusty. It all started that night in the woods, and I just felt like woods is even just enough for me. There's another book also that has to do with like hiking and woods and cold and winter, and like even if it isn't snowing, even if it is in the midst of winter, as long as it's giving me kind of eerie, cold vibes, that's fine. And I think if you're in the middle of the woods, that's gonna do it for me. Anyway, all of her books are also on Next Story, I'm pretty sure, and I think a few are on Kindle Unlimited, but I wouldn't promise you that. Okay, then the hiking book I was talking about is called The Hike, and this is by Lucy Clark. Again, you have to be kind of an OG for this one, but I read One of the Girls and The Castaways. One of the Girls I read in 2022. The Castaways I read in 2023. She writes a lot of like seasonal thrillers, really. One of the Girls was a 5-star. The Castaways was really, really high as well. I think it was a 4.5. And I've been keeping this also for the cold because obviously The Hike, it says, I think this was also on my fall TBR actually. The perfect day for a hike. Seeking the escape of a lifetime, 4 friends hike out into the beautiful Norwegian wild, nothing between them and mountain peak but forest, sea, and sharp blue sky. But there's a darker side to the wilderness. A woman went missing here 1 year ago, and now the friends are hiking into the heart of the mystery, and waiting on the trail is someone who'd do anything to keep their secrets buried. But yeah, she writes bangers. Every time I see a book of hers, I want to buy it immediately. I definitely recommend also for next summer, like obviously that's so far away, but like The Castaways and One of the Girls, those are perfect summer reads and I 100% would recommend. Next are literally the next 4 are like basically all the same book. The next one is The Killer's Christmas List. Hey, this is a tiny fucking book. 280 pages. Sign me up. I'll read this right now. I'll read this a while out. Whenever the bodies are found, there's like a part of like a Christmas list, and that's like with them, or they're wrapped in it or something. Yeah, or like the list is just there. Maybe they're not actually like, maybe not what they wish for is maybe not there. I'm not expecting a masterpiece. I'm just expecting a bit of fun. The next is another series that I want to continue. I don't really know what the series is called. So it's this series by Alex Pine. The Killer in the Snow last winter, and that was book number 2. And then I was like, oh, that's fine, you know, like I don't need the backstory of book number 1. And they also like explain the plot of book number 1 in the first like chapter, so you're kind of like up to speed. Also, imagine if you would have read the book like a very long time ago. I found book number 3 at the works a while back, so I was like, okay, super cute. And then they also had book number 4. I think I found this at a charity shop. Yeah, in like a really good condition. So I was just like, hello. And then this time, if you saw my book haul, I found number 5. So I have all of these 3 to read, which I'm so excited for because The Killer in the Snow was one of my favorite reads I read last winter. It had like everything you needed. It was cozy, but it was so interesting. You were so intrigued. It was so very fun. And I'm just very, very excited because I just remember the feeling that it gave me. And it's like exactly what you kind of wanted out of a seasonal detective story. Just a detective story in general, but also definitely a seasonal detective story. I'm just happy I have these. And then hopefully by next year there'll be more out so I can keep reading the series. And then the last 3 are little romance books. Look at me putting romance books on my TBR. So I have not read a romance book since July. And I think that also might be why I'm in a slump, just because I need something a bit more easier, a little less brain power. I just cannot convince myself for some reason. But maybe one of these will spike my interest again. And also I did consider putting the off-campus series and the Briar U series on this TBR as well. But like that was a bit dramatic because those are like, that's like then like 10 books added extra to this TBR. And obviously I don't think they're very wintry. They're just like, they just have to do with ice hockey and ice sports. But like I might continue off-campus series anyway. Like I might just read one or two. But the first wintry Christmas romance book that we have is Window Shopping by Tessa Bailey. So I actually have only ever read My Killer Vacation. I think that's what it's called. And there was also a novella by Tessa Bailey. And I didn't love it. I actually sold all my other Tessa Bailey books, but I just told myself I'd give myself one more winter to try and read this, and if I don't read it, I'll sell this one as well. Just because, like, what's the point if I've had this for like 2 Christmases and then still haven't read it? And I'm going to uni next year. Like, I can't just bring all of these to uni. I don't think this is going to be anything great, but if I'm just like, you know, I'm very behind on my Goodreads goal, very behind on my Goodreads, like very, I would probably read this just for that. Then the second one is Collide. This is like the Deal and Icebreaker combined. I'm not sure if this is gonna be very wintry, but this is also just ice hockey, and she is a sports psychologist or something, or studying to be, and it's a college romance. I think this is just gonna be a bit of fun. I really hope that I just enjoy this. Obviously the sprayed edge is beautiful. I just hope it gives like a little bit of like a colder season. That's all I need really. And then the last book that I have on this TBR is Consider Me by Becca Mack. And this is also a ice hockey romance. He is an NHL player. I don't really understand really what this is about. It doesn't really seem like it has a main trope except for like they don't want to be together. But I hope this is kind of wintry. And again, otherwise I'm just here for a good time. And also I only have the first book, so then I can also kind of decide if I want to keep reading the series or not, because I have heard a lot of good things about this. But then maybe I should first read all the other romance books that I have. If anyone has like a good romance book that will get me out of a slump, that isn't too spicy, that isn't anything crazy, it's just cute and short and make me have a good time, please let me know. Those were all the books. I'm not gonna pick them up because my arm's gonna break, and I don't really need that because I kind of need it to read. I mean, I have a Kindle stand, what the fuck am I talking about? But I hope you enjoyed today's video. It was a bit of a chill, relaxed one. A lot of me sniffing and speaking like I am going through something. I'm very, very excited for this TBR. I'm very, very excited for some of the videos I'm going to do with them. Hope that you're excited too for the videos I'm going to do with them. If you're still watching, comment this little emoji here. And I will see you when I see you. And, well, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, baby girls. I love you so much. And I'm glad you're with me on this vlogmas journey. And if you're not, go watch the past vlogmas videos. And if there's more out, go watch those. Because you obviously like me if you're still watching. Okay, bye. Bye, 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 bye. Bye, bye.